Here's some of the stories trending this week at NASA. A NASA media briefing on November 6th at Kennedy Space Center highlighted the fully assembled Orion spacecraft and details of its first test flight scheduled for December 4th. The 4.5-hour flight, called Exploration Flight Test 1, will send Orion 3,600 miles from Earth on a 2-orbit flight to confirm its critical systems are ready for the challenges of eventually sending astronauts on deep space missions to an asteroid and Mars. During its test, Orion will return to Earth at speeds near 20,000 miles per hour, generating temperatures up to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit before making a parachute-assisted landing in the Pacific Ocean. On November 5th, teams conducted a wet dress rehearsal at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station's Space Launch Complex 37 for the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy, the rocket that will launch Orion on its December test. The Orion crew module, service module, launch abort system, and adapter are scheduled to arrive at the launch pad on November 11th and then be lifted on top of the Delta IV Heavy in preparation for the December flight test. At the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, Russia, Expedition 4243 Soyuz commander Anton Shkaplerov of the Russian Federal Space Agency, NASA flight engineer Terry Virts, and flight engineer Samantha Cristoforetti of the European Space Agency are participating in traditional activities prior to their launch to the International Space Station. The trio is scheduled to launch from Kazakhstan November 23rd Eastern Time to begin a 5.5-month mission on the station. During a November 4th meeting in Paris, NASA Administrator Charlie Bolden and other heads of the International Space Station agencies from Canada, Europe, Japan, and Russia issued a joint statement reaffirming their support for continued ISS operations, recognizing the many benefits of the station, including breakthrough biomedical research, technology development, and expanding commercial use of low Earth orbit. The U.S. has committed to extend ISS utilization to at least 2024. A sample from the first rock drilled at the base of Mount Sharp by NASA's Curiosity Mars rover in September has yielded the mission's first confirmation of a mineral mapped from orbit. The iron oxide mineral, called hematite, gives clues about ancient environmental conditions from when it formed. In 2010, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter also provided evidence of hematite in the area of the drill site. This confirmation of orbital data could help researchers predict where to drill for certain minerals as the rover makes its way up Mount Sharp. NASA's Low-Density Supersonic Decelerator project was the focus of a recent What's New in Aerospace discussion at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, featuring Principal Investigator Ian Clark from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. LDSD is testing cross-cutting technologies to safely land heavier payloads on Mars and other planets with atmospheres. The successful flight in late June of the rocket-powered saucer-shaped test vehicle into near space in Kauai, Hawaii, was the first of 3 planned for the LDSD project. And that's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, follow us on social media and visit www.nasa.gov/twan.